Hello and thanks for watching my video. This is the start of a little challenge that was set to me to try and level a different a character of each race up from level 1 to level 80, and we set a few little ground rules. So these are the ground rules for my leveling challenge. I'm just on my level 80 here because I wanted to give you some sort of idea of my plan and what I intend and how I intend to go about doing things. Just to show you as well, the stuff that's in my bank, I will not be using any Tombs of Knowledge, I will not be using skill points, I will not be using experience scrolls. Pretty much after I leveled up 8 characters, and then after I'd completed those 8 characters, I leveled a couple more up, and then I'd say when it came to about after 10 characters, I started getting birthday scrolls, and then I just used these to level up. It was one of the reasons why I actually bought new character character expansion slots to actually use these, and I was able to instantly level to level 20, and then I'd use either Tombs of Knowledge or or other skill boosts. I will not be going I will not be entering Edge of the Mists, another place where it's easy to level up. I will not be going there. I will not be going into PvP to level up. This is the only way. I'm not even going to use crafting, okay? The ability to craft, I am not going to do that. I will not be crafting anything in this game, on this run. The only way I can get new armor is by... I'll tell you what, I might put in a little rule where I can't buy it on the trading post. I don't know, we'll have to see, because I could be extremely short on armor for certain areas. But we might say initially there'll be no buying on the trading post. You can buy from merchants, obviously, but I'm going to try and limit as well. Just to bear in mind, I am going to be leveling a little bit quicker than a brand new player, pretty much because I do have a flat boost for experience gain, and obviously my Karma and Gold and Magic Finder, obviously the base is quite high, so I will be going a little bit quicker than a brand new player. But let's have a look at the map. What we're going to do, I'm going to take you through each race. This character, as you can see here, has got 100% map completion on him, and for a human, obviously, what we want to do is we want to start off in Queensdale. Now, the leveling is going to be different because previously you were able to go through and do your living story. The living story can only be started at level 10 now, so I'm going to be spending a bit of time in Queensdale. I'm going to go around map Divinity's Reach, go around doing Queensdale, the hearts, any events that go on, try and get the Shadow Behemoth. But then, the way it progresses, obviously, if you look at the human area, you've got Queensdale 1 to 15, Keswick's Hills 15 to 25, then on to Gindarum Fields, Harathi Hinterlands, bit of Lion's Arch, Bloodtide Coast, Sparkfly, and then through, on the main story. I'm going to try and do that as quickly as possible. For the Azura and the Sylvari, they're pretty much in the same area. Both have 1 to 15 level zones here. They both feed into Brisbane Wildlands. The Sylvari also feed into Keswick's Hills, so depending on how the leveling goes there, I might go into there or Brisbane. Obviously with the Mordrum events, it's a little bit more, there's more events in Brisbane. And also the same with Keswick Hills, there is quite a few events, obviously, with the Tower of Nightmares new content that came in, which wasn't there at launch, and then obviously progress again into Gindarum Fields, Bloodtide, and Lion's Arch. I probably won't go into the Silver Wastes. I think at a low level, although there's so many events to try and level up, it's going to be extremely difficult when you're at a low level to level your character there. I'm not going to go into Southson. I'm going to ban myself from going to Southson, doing a load of events and getting tags on the Karka Queen and that sort of thing. This is me just trying to do it, old school, sort of when the game was first out. For the Norn, you've got obviously Wayfarer Foothills or Snowdon Drifts. Wayfarer feeds into Snowdon, and then you can go into Lorna's Pass. And then Dredgehaunt, Lorna's Pass is a tricky map because obviously it's quite varied from 25 to 40. But that's it, you know, I might go back and do that. And then for the char, I might do something different and do Plains of Ashford, Diessa Plateau, and then go and do Fields of Ruin, just to give you guys I'll try and do all the maps just to give you guys a different experience. So for the char, I'll try and do Plains of Ashford, Diessa, Fields of Ruin, Blaze Ridge, Iron Marshes, and Fireheart Rise. For the Norn, I'm going to do Dreadshort Cliffs, or Wayfarer, Snowdon, Dreadshort Cliffs and Lorna's Pass, and Timberline Falls, and then I will go back and do Frostgorge. So I'll do all of the Shiver Peaks. For the Silvari and the Azura, they kind of overlap each other, so I'll try and vary it up a little bit. Obviously for the humans, I'll stick Queensdale, Gendaram Fields, Harathi. I will do, that's the way I'll do it. I'll have Metrica and Brisbane for the Azura, Caledon and Kessex for the Silvari, Queensdale, Gendaram Fields, Harathi for the humans, and then they'll sort of all converge a little bit as we go down Bloodtide Coast, Sparkfly, and Timberland Falls. Obviously, it would depend on the personal story, but I'll try and make each race be a little bit different rather than just do the same old method each time. I'll do 5 methods, and we'll see what comes out favourable for each one. So that's a little bit about how this is going to start off, and let's get started with the first character. Okay, so what is our character going to be? So I did ask you guys what, you know, what should I create, and there were a few choices. I did get some messages in game and some messages from my guildmates asking what to go for. So I'm not going to reveal one by one which one I'm doing, and I think a lot of people have seen human, so I'm going to start off with one of the other 4 characters and to go for. There were a few ones that had a bit more sort of people saying what I should do, and I thought about it, and I am going to start with the char. And I was given a few different options for the char, but I'm going to go with the char engineer. But now, what should I go for, female or male? Well, I have 2 female chars at the moment and 1 male char, so I'm going to go for the male char. And here we go, we're going to go for the engineer. There we go, this is going to be the engineer guy. I might even, you know, come up with a few sort of different options. I can access the hairstyle. So this is just going to be me creating the char, and I'm going to briefly talk through what what his personal story is going to be. So let's just play around with these controls. I'm going to make my guy a short guy. Let's see. I'm just going to play around with the sort of stature. I mean, if you're not interested in a char engineer, I would give it a go. Just give it a watch. I started with char because I do think it's one of those sort of races that isn't as popular. I mean, if you go back and look at which races are the most popular, human obviously are the most popular. Azura are the 2nd most popular, and I believe char and Norn are around about 3rd and 4th, with Silvari I think the least popular. But you can see I'm just going to try and create sort of a funky guy here. You know, trying an idea of what a char engineer would look like, sort of scraggly, something different. You know, I do see the same sort of characters a lot. I might actually, you know, as we said, in game I have in my bank several hairstyle contracts, and also if I want to change it completely I can do that. So I'm just gonna find this sort of scraggly hair. I mean, that's pretty cool. Do you want him white hair? I think maybe black, because you know he's black engineer. He's an engineer, so he's getting dirty a lot. That's the way I see it. I think a nice scraggly one. He's you know, he's not very well kempt. He keeps a lot in the you know, he spends a lot of time with turrets and stuff, or you know, bombs and stuff. So I think this one's a pretty good. Yeah, he's a ferocious-y sort of one. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go through the personal story. But yeah, thank you very much for your suggestions, guys. It's really been appreciated. I'm hoping that my little guide lives up to your expectations. and I am hoping that what we can do, I might change it a little bit for each guide. I'm doing char first, and then I'll get your feedback on how things have progressed, and I'll hopefully take your feedback on, and so then the next guide I make, I'll do a little bit something slightly different based on your suggestions, because obviously you can see as I'm just fiddling around with these controls. When I was doing this, I've actually played up to level 20 so far, and the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to structure it so that each video will be 10 levels, and in that sense, this will be the first one. It'll finish at the end of the first personal story instance, and then it'll pick up. The second episode will be levels 2 to 10. With the third episode being levels 10 to 20, depending on how long it takes. You know, I have to say though, not being able to craft, not being able to use tomes, not being able to use other a lot of the equipment available, really has meant it's taken me a lot longer. You can see some of the choices I'm making. These are just some of the personal choices of things that I actually haven't done with my other char before. But let's go over the rules while my personal story. I'll tell you what. I'll talk about the rules when the personal story video is done, because I'm sure a lot of people want to see that. You can skip forward if you want to, and I'm going to tell you the rules for this this whole how this procedure is going to work. As a name, I sort of came up with what I think is kind of funny. I doubt you guys will find it funny, but I'll show you that name in a little bit.
I am a char. In this world of constant battle, I am the deadliest weapon of all. I respect no authority but the clenched fist of my legion. With engines of destruction, we have killed our gods. We reclaimed our homeland of Ascalon, and we planted victory banners on the graves of our enemies. Yet, if we waver, it could slip through our claws. Victory, at any cost. The Iron Legion's war cry can be heard in the churning of gears and the roaring of siege engines. I serve the Iron Legion. I build the future. I forge the weapons of char supremacy. I've earned the respect of my comrades and forged alliances I can call on in times of need. My Legion values innovative solutions, efficient execution. Like our steel, we do not bend. Centuries ago, humans stole Ascalon from the Iron Legion. They have paid for that crime in blood, but the usurpers fight us even in death. Today, the combined armies of the Black Citadel will assault the ghosts that plague Iron Legion territory. I've been assigned to reinforce the bulwark. Let the Ash Legion strike from the shadows. Let the Blood Legion die on the field. I am part of the machine. This is my story.
Okay, so as we wait for this loading screen eventually to finish, these obviously you know what's going to be happening. Now, just to get it in perspective, I haven't leveled up using this method completely. That's my name, by the way, Charo de YouTube. I'm hoping you appreciate the little pun I've done there. Yeah, so just to give you guys an idea, I haven't leveled up like this since launch, and around 6 months ago, they altered the way that the leveling system works. Now, before, if we look at the pistol, what used to happen was that you need to kill a certain number of enemies to get a certain number of XP to unlock all your weapon slots. 2, 3, 4, and 5 there. That is no longer the case, and you actually have to level up before you can actually develop and get access to those skills. Is this a good thing? I found it a lot longer to get started, so if you're a new player, you might actually appreciate the fact that you've unlocked it a lot more than if you can unlock it, you know. Usually most people, if they'd killed a load of these mobs, they could unlock all 5 skills before finishing the instance. So that I found difficult. But let's go talk about the rules. I am not going to use Tomes of Knowledge. I'm not going to level in PvP or World versus World. That includes Edge of the Mists. I'm not going to level up using crafting. I am not going to use the trading post, which as a rule I may change later. I'm assuming it's a bad thing now, but I'll see how that goes. That is fundamentally what the issues are. I'm not going to go into dungeons. I'm not going to level up using dungeons. Every moment playing this character, apart from a slight few cuts where I'm actually not doing anything, will be on this, will be available to see on YouTube. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to, obviously, when I'm leveling, I'm going around the maps, leveling from like 2 to 10 or 10 to 20, 20 to 30. I won't be talking a lot through this, so the idea would be I'll put some music on, you guys can watch, I'll speed it up a little bit, because, I spent like almost an hour leveling up from 2 to 20, 2 to 10, because I didn't have access to any skills, so it was taking a while. And obviously, if I was a new player, the first thing I would go do straight away is craft to boost myself up like sort of 5 to 10 levels. I'm not able to do that during this, so you are seeing what it is like to level up during the world. And I'm hoping that you guys will appreciate that, and it's something that you might be of interest to. As you can see here, we're in the instance here. It is pretty boring when you only have access to this one weapon skill, and you're just firing your pistol away over and over again. You're like bam, 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 and you will see me in a lot of these videos. And at the beginning, I have no damage, and all I can do is fire a pistol. And it is just, it has got a little bit tedious, but I think this is only going to be at the very, very beginning. So, as I said, for my chart, I'm going to stick to Ascalon, and then obviously I'm going to do a few other different characters. I could have done a lot, try and level them up, all sort of up to level 10, do a Char, a Human, a Najura, a Norn, a Sylvari, go up to level 10, then sort of do it like that. However, I'd need then another 5 slots on my account, and I don't actually have that. I haven't decided if I want to keep this character or not yet, so I'm going to level up one at a time. And as I said, this is the Char. We get the Duke Baradin. When I've done this, when I've been like, sort of, when you're a warrior or something, it is so much easier. I'm picking an engineer, which is lightly in medium armor, medium damage. And it's only when I've actually unlocked a lot of my other skills, when I've got to after level 10, that's when the leveling and going around the map has been a lot easier. So it's been a bit of a different experience. Why have ArenaNet done this? I can see, the point of view that they want to make leveling a bit more of an event, and I've definitely found that. Once I've become from level 3 to level 4, level 4 to 5, I'm like, wow, okay, yes, I'm at the next level. Previously, it was like, okay, I'm level 4, cool, alright, on to the next one. This time you actually feel a real sense of achievement when you actually unlock a level, and I think that's what they were going for. So I'm hoping that, it doesn't put off a lot of gamers. There are a lot of tedious bits in this, but again, the only reason they're tedious is because I am still a low level, and I'm going around the whole of Plains of Ashford at such a low level. Usually you'd go around and go and craft, and you'd be able to level up a little bit easier in other places, but that's not the case for my rules. So here you go, we've defeated the Duke Baradin, and you're going to get a cool little video here. If you've got any suggestions, as I said, feel free to leave them in the comment section. It's all very much appreciated. And sorry, I took off the sort of the heads-up display there. So yeah, I'm appreciating you guys. I'm doing this for you to try and show you how leveling is a little bit different to those of you who've done it from launch. To those of you who are new to the game, just a little bit of an example how the game's going to turn out. I am going to skip through most of these videos because I'm sure if you're an existing player, you don't need to see them. And also, I don't want to spoil anything, so if you are playing, if you're a new player, you can watch them yourself. So that's pretty much it. This is the guide for leveling, and I hope you enjoy the series. As I said, I hope to have him sort of do one a day, get a video out for each day, and by the time, you know, sort of a couple of weeks down the line, we'll have a few different characters done. So as you can see, I cut it in there just because I will stop recording and then come back in. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.